Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Mystic MMA fight prediction and breakdown. On this episode, I will be breaking down Marcus McGhee versus Jonathan Martinez, which takes place at UFC 309 this weekend. I'm going to go with Marcus McGhee in this one. Big step up in competition compared to his last few fights and his fights on the regional scene. He's 9-1 in the UFC, coming off of 3 finishes in his last 3 fights. Tremendous athlete. Excellent fighter all around, great stand-up, powerful strikes, shown some wrestling ability as well, but all nine professional wins by finish, so just looked great in his last fight against Gaston Bolanos, who is a high-level striker, kickboxer, Muay Thai fighter. Was able to kind of make him silly on the feet, rocked him several times, and ended up finishing the fight with a spinning wheel kick, and then strikes against the cage, causing the ref to call it off. But he's got great kicks as well. Great low kicks, body kicks, high kicks. Very quick with them. Like I said, great spinning wheel kick, spinning side kick. Just an all-around very dynamic guy. I think he's going to be able to keep Jonathan Martinez guessing on the feet. When you think of Jonathan Martinez, you do think of his kicking ability. He is one of 2 fighters in the UFC to have 2 leg kick TKOs behind Edson Barboza. So that's definitely going to be his game plan in this fight is, keep his distance, keep his range, land his kicks effectively, kind of slow down Marcus McGhee, start to pick him apart on the feet with his punches, and just continue to slam leg kicks. But I just think Marcus McGhee he's gonna be able to meet his leg kicks with his leg kicks. He's going to be able to mix in his powerful punches. He keeps his distance very well. We saw in his previous fights, whenever guys would look to throw leg kicks, he was either backing up out of the way, just out of range, or on the rare occasion he was checking him. I only saw him take maybe 2 leg kicks in those last 3 fights, so it's good to see going into this fight against somebody like Martinez. I do think that Marcus McGhee is going to be able to crowd Jonathan Martinez, not give him the space that he needs to really start to open up with the strikes. He's not going to let him breathe. He's going to be constantly pushing the pace, getting in his face, throwing his hooks, throwing his own kicks, beating him up with the punches. I just don't think he's going to allow Jonathan Martinez to keep that distance that he's used to having landing his strikes. I think Jonathan Martinez, he usually gets respect from his fighters or from his opponents very early on, to where they're very tentative to really step into range with him. A lot of them kind of get a little tentative and scared, and they start to back up and they start to circle around the edge of the cage, let him keep the center of the octagon, where he can kind of dictate the pace, the distance, and continue to spam his leg kicks. But I think Marcus McGhee is going to be the one taking the center of the octagon, getting in Jonathan Martinez's face, and like I said, not really letting him get situated into his own game plan. Marcus McGhee, very, very powerful in the hands. He's dropped all 3 of his opponents in the UFC, finished 2 by strikes. Journey Newsom, he caught him with a punch and then ended up choking him out. But very dangerous. I think he's going to have the power advantage with the punches, with the hands, maybe not necessarily the kicks. But I do think he throws powerful kicks. It's just Jonathan Martinez is just next level when it comes to that. So I think Marcus McGhee is going to be able to keep his distance from Jonathan Martinez, avoid the leg kicks, check a few of them, but then be able to kind of step into his own distance and start landing his punches, shoot takedowns, make it more of a gritty fight. When you let Jonathan Martinez just kind of sit back and not point strike, but just play the distance game and throw kicks. He doesn't throw a lot of punches. He just throws a lot of kicks. So if you can kind of get in his face and make it ugly, not let him do that, I think that's the route to victory for this one for Marcus McGhee. So again, Marcus McGhee, always in great shape. He came in on a few days' notice against Journey Newsom. Looked like he had a full training camp. Didn't get tired, pushing the pace. I think it was Journey Newsom who was the one who actually failed a takedown. Ended up getting tired after that. Got hit with a punch and then ended up getting finished with a choke. So I'm going to go with Marcus McGhee in this one. Doesn't take a lot of damage. I think in his last few fights, barely saw him get hit, honestly. I think he might have taken a few kicks, but other than that, he was avoiding them, checking them. So I think he's going to be able to crowd Martinez, but still stay defensively sound and end up getting a KO, TKO, or a decision more than likely. So close fight. I think Marcus McGhee's What is he? Minus 120 favorite, maybe? Yeah, that's McGhee. Yeah, minus 120. So, very even fight. Marcus McGhee is not the youngest guy in the world. I think he's 34 compared to Jonathan Martinez, but he also doesn't have a lot of wear and tear on him. Hasn't taken a lot of damage that I've seen. So, I think he's going to be able to take a note out of Jose Aldo's book. Not shy away from the kicks, check him throwing himself, and just not give Jonathan Martinez a lot of room to start getting those effective kicks off. So I'm going to go with Marcus McGhee in this one by KO, TKO, or decision. Thanks, guys.